What's going on, Kanto crew? Welcome back to another amusement video, and today is the eve of the Pokemon trading card game regionals hosted in Seattle, Washington, which I hope by now you're aware that I am participating in, and it is my first tournament. And so what I think we should do before the night of the tournament is I need to prepare, right? I need to get my deck finalized so I can make my deck list. I need to pack. I need to prepare. So I decided to kind of bring you guys along with this because, believe it or not, unless I just am terrible at searching on YouTube, I could only find a few videos even at all kind of covering the experience of regionals. So obviously I'm bringing you guys along tomorrow. The video will probably come out Sunday or Monday depending on how much I shoot on like actually what regionals is like, and if I make the final 8 or something like that, that would be great. But until then, I figured I'd do a little like prep video with you guys, kind of show the deck I'm going to play with, and some other things like that. Wow, if it's kind of fuzzy in the background, it's because I am currently uploading part 4 of the Pack Battle Booster Box opening. So yeah, make sure you check that video out because hopefully it's awesome and it's the conclusion of the series. And you know, I really liked it, and you can see what pack cards to buy while you're using that buy 3 get 1 free deal that I shared on Wednesday at GameStop. But enough talk, let's get packing for the Pokemon Regionals tournament tomorrow. We got a lot of stuff to do. Alright guys, so in here I kind of keep my decks. This is the deck I currently have set up to roll with. I'm going to put it in its own little box, but kind of lay it out here for you guys and figure out what we're going to do. And I think I'm going to switch into these sleeves because these I've used a ton. So they're getting kind of ratty and like teared, and I heard they're very particular. I'd like to buy some if they have some Seattle specific ones, but I don't know if they're going to. I'll probably switch to these because they kind of have a little bit more texture, they're easier to draw, and they haven't been used as much, so they're a lot kind of nicer and probably won't get me in trouble because this is actually my first tournament, because I was going to go to a tournament last weekend. I actually went, but only 4 people showed up, so they couldn't host the tournament. So I still have no official tournament experience. So if you have no tournament experience, you should definitely check out the video I make of my experience tomorrow, because you can kind of get some experience and see that maybe it's not too bad if you don't have experience and you go to one of these events. Alright, so we can do a quick little sort. I'm going to sort by, you know, items and energies. I'll probably fast forward through this for you guys, but you can kind of get an idea of what I'm going to play. Alright, so obviously by the time you guys see this, it'll be too late for adjustments, but if anybody is better at this than I am, I'm going to roll through what I have decided to play with. Obviously I kind of already done some work on it. Maybe the next tournament I'll kind of build it with you guys throughout the week, but this is kind of what I've decided to roll with. I've changed some things up. I used to have 3 Mewtwo's, 3 Nidoking evolutions. I didn't have the Oricorio, and I really debated getting rid of Mew. But I really like Mew because it's a good stall technique. And then I think the trainers I need to get a little bit more, like I have all my balls here, but maybe I just need 3 Ultra Balls instead of, you know, a Pokeball, Timer Ball, and a Ultra Ball. I got a Professor Kukui. I really like Malo, but we'll see. I think it's gonna be, I might be one of the only people using it. But yeah, let's. I heard something that every card in your deck should have a purpose, right? So we're going to go through these. The Nidoran, Nidorino, and Nidoking are in my deck because they're in the original starter deck I bought. I bought the Mewtwo starter deck, and it was one of the powerful attackers in there. I really love this tail swing attack. It does 100, and 20 to every basic Pokemon on the bench. I used to have like 3 or 4 of them, and I had a break, but the break card, there's like poison at 120, which is great, but it's so hard to get 4 evolutions up. And I've slowly kind of dwindled it down to 2, and I was thinking about actually getting rid of it completely and using, if you haven't watched the part, you know, for any of the box openings, you're going to get this kind of ruined, but I pulled 2 Sylveons. I kind of want to change out with a Sylveon to be able to use that, whatever it is where you can go get any 3 cards you want. Because my strategy with this deck is obviously Mewtwo EX is going to be my main attacker with this Shatter Shot. Because Shatter Shot allows me for each 30, or each Psychic Energy attached to it, it'll do 30 damage. And the nice thing here is also the damage change ability or attack for 2 Psychic and 1 colorless. It allows me to switch damage counters with my opponent. So it's a great way to actually heal yourself back up. If you know that like you're going to take some heat by leaving it in there, not switching. Just taking the heat, getting like maybe 150, 160, and then whenever Pokemon they move up next, you can hopefully just switch your, you know, your damage with them, and hopefully you'll be back at like 0 or 10, and they'll be wearing the 150 or 160, which is kind of nice. But you know, it is possible to knock it out, which is why I have the Lunala in here, because its Psychic Transfer ability allows me to move as many Psychic Energies around per turn as I want. Which, what I found when I was playing online before I added Lunala was it was super hard to get Mewtwo powered up. Because you're playing these guys, you know, a lot in the beginning to not just be on the defensive right away. And so with this, it allows me, if I got Nidoking up early, to be able to move my, because obviously other than the 2 colorless I have, it's all Psychic Energy. Which, how many of these do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, which is probably a little higher than most people would recommend, but like I said, mine's such based on powering up Mewtwo, that I'd be able to move the 3 Psychic Energies or whatever around from either Mewtwo, Mew, Oranguru, or Corio, Tapu Lele, wherever they may be, and put them on Mewtwo as an attacker. And then if I know Mewtwo's going to get knocked out, I can kind of keep them safe and disperse them amongst my Pokemon, so you can't just like do a Lysander switch and take them all out because I loaded them up. And that's why I have Lunala in here. I think I can really do well at like hiding my energies to keep them in play, keeping Mewtwo up there. And then if it falls, you know, I have a very similar ability in Tapu Lele if I have to use its attack with the Energy Drive, which is 20 for each energy attached to both active Pokemon. So I can get Tapu Lele powered up pretty well with the same kind of Mewtwo strategy. But obviously the main goal would be have Mewtwo just keep rolling through it. If I have to use Nidoking or Oranguru, they're good attackers. Or Corio is kind of a last minute with this supernatural dance. It's a good, I really like it, you know, it takes, for each Pokemon on your opponent's, for each Pokemon in your opponent's discard pile, put 1 damage counter any way you'd like. So I feel like that's one where if you're playing one that, it really matters how many Pokemon they have in their deck. I felt like Corio would do a really, really good job of just kind of being that surprise attacker, really sneak up on somebody and be like, oh, I didn't even think of that. I have Mewtwo because this Psychic Energy really helps slow down people that like, just like, for instance, my Mewtwo EX, because however many energies are on it, it does 20. So it's kind of a counter in case somebody runs anything similar to me. And then I have this Mew, which is great because its ability Natural Shield prevents all effects of attacks, including damage done by your opponent's evolution Pokemon. So only basic Pokemon can attack it, which will help like if they are just get a huge evolution up. I can play this guy and stall, even though it only has 40 HP. It does a really good job of stalling. The only problem is if I run into any Decidueye, their GX or EX card can, or yeah, GX can use the ability to snipe, you know, 20 damage, so it could take it out very easily. I've discovered that, so it's a risky play to keep Mew in there, but I found it helps me a lot. And obviously, like I said, all these are set up to power up, delay, and get. So I have the timer ball to hopefully be able to flip twice and get, hopefully already have a Cosmog because I'm running with one Pokemon fan club, which lets me go get 2 basic Pokemon. So that I can go get my Mewtwo EX and go get a Cosmog. Then I can hopefully find a timer ball, either through Tapu Lele's ability, you know, go get a supporter card or whatever it takes to be able to get these balls, to be able to get all the way up to Lunala GX, so I can do my whole energy And then once I have the energy transferred, you know, then it's just playing smart. And I have a couple choice bands just to help me out if I need them. This is the one thing where I thought maybe with this deck I didn't need choice bands. But as this being my first tournament, I want to make sure I'm prepared for all GXs. I have 3 Lysanders because it's just a super helpful card. I have this Altar of the Moon, which allows a retreat cost for each Pokemon with a Psychic or Dark Energy to be 2 energy less, which means I can pretty much free retreat every single Pokemon I have except Tauros, GX, and Nidoking. They will take 1 energy to get rid of. So once again, something that's helping me keep energy in play. So if I need to retreat because Mewtwo EX is about to get knocked out or something, I can retreat for very minimal cost to me. And with that is also why I have the Max Elixir. It's just another reason, even if I have Mewtwo out there, I can use the Max Elixir, attach to whatever is on the bench, and then just use the Psychic Transfer to move it up to the Mewtwo EX. This entire deck is about getting energy in play through these and through turns and having a bunch in the draws, using Lunala to put it on the Mewtwo EX. Same with the Mallow. I have Mallow here to make sure I can either get, you know, this guy up, get 2 of these so I'm able to get 4 energy, or, you know, get the Elixir, because Mallow lets you search your deck for 2 cards, put them, shuffle your deck, and then put those 2 cards in any order at the top of your deck. So I pretty much know what my next 2 are going to be. And then I also have a switch, you know, just in case I just can't use the energy to get, or don't have Altar of the Moon up yet, or some reason I can switch people out. And then I also have Energy Recycler, which lets me shuffle 5 basic energy back in from my discard pile into my deck just to keep the energies alive and available. Same with these energy retrievals, and obviously the Professor's Letters are to go get them. And then Tierno should draw 3 cards, which pairs well with Mallow, because if I use this one turn, put my 2 cards I need, and then I have this guy in my hand, I'm able to get those 2 very next turn. And so, like I said, there's a lot of, and then Kukui, same kind of deal. Let me draw 2 cards and does that extra 20 damage. That's where I'm at with this deck. I think it's going to do really well. I hope you guys do. I do have some, no, they wouldn't be in here, some other cards. I'm going to be using my Mewtwo, or my Pikachu coin, instead of Litten or Chansey, because even though the Chansey one is so cool, and this focus is not very good, there we go. But it's just, Pikachu's kind of lucky. You can't really tell because the focus is bad, but it's pretty worn down. It's been my lucky coin. Then I would use Chansey, and I don't really use Litten, but so I'm going to be packing Pikachu. I got my basic acrylics from our booster boxes, and I got my GX marker, so that's all good. Dice wise, I'm going to be rolling with the blue dice. I think I might just I'm going to bring them all just in case, you know, but I think I'm going to use blue. If they let you mix a match, I'll probably mix a match. I do have some, big spoiler if you haven't watched the video. So I really want to use, like I said, these 2 Sylveon. I do have 2 Tapu Koko now, which is great. Like I said, I wanted the Mewtwo's, the Nidokings. I got another Lunala. You guys watch me pull most of these. This guy I really want to put in. I know Garbodor is pretty popular, so I had some other options of like cards that I really thought would play well, but I think this is good. I wish I could fit another Mewtwo in, just regular Mewtwo. I think it would help. And I really wish I could have played Sylveon instead of maybe the Nidokings, just because it only takes 1 fairy energy, and then it actually makes sense to have the double colorless. But with the Sylveon, I needed EVs, and I don't have that EVs that I wanted, and I didn't realize it until it was too late. The ones that where you just place that energy, and you can pretty much go in your deck and grab the evolution if it's in there, not in your prize cards, which have been super helpful, but I left it, or didn't end up getting them, and by the time I realized it, I didn't have any. The pricing was too expensive to get anything rush ordered here, and I don't know, I didn't stop by any game stores because I was working in a different location this week, and it's really hard to get to anywhere that I could get it. So anyways, that's what I'm rolling with. Let me know what you guys think on it. I'm kind of, you know, hoping it can be a very competitive deck and take us really far, because I would love to do well. I'm not expecting to, you know, win by any means in this first tournament, but, you know, to do well and not lose every match would be great. Speaking of, I've never played. I've been reading up on all the etiquette and everything. But yeah, so make sure you subscribe to the channel. Join the Kanto crew, because you get to come along on all these ventures with me and you'll get to see the video of what it's like to go to a Pokemon Regionals, which I'm going to try to, do from the trainer's perspective, guest perspective, and hopefully we can play with Swell Enough and go to Worlds and everything like that. Bring you guys along for that. Anyways, make sure you check out the pack battles. Comment down below on, I guess, how many wins you think this deck is going to be able to get me, and if there's any changes you would make. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to probably do it because I'm going to do my deck list right now, but I'd be curious because some of you probably know more than I do, but that's what I'm rolling with. I'm glad you guys are coming along with me. I will see you guys tomorrow because this is going to be posted Saturday, so the day of the tournament, because I'm going to post the Pack 4 right now. So yeah, if you're watching this video Saturday morning, I'm currently at the Regionals, hopefully doing really well and kicking some major butt. And then Sunday or Monday, depending on how far I go in the tournament, how long I have to play, how much I shoot, I will have a experience video for you guys. Anyways, until then, I hope you guys really enjoy your long Memorial Day weekend, and I know some of you are out of school. So, enjoy that and get ready for my video on Monday. That's all I got to say for you guys. Wish me luck. Join the Kanto crew. Leave a like. I appreciate it. See you guys Monday.